getting like 2 headshots. He is such a good pistol player. Buying kits and still getting wins. Mausesports, look at this buy, Harry. They've gone for the force in round number 2. Frozen and Carrigan dropping Kriegs over to the likes of Chris and Robs. Oxig's got a scout as well, trying to peer over that Ivy smoke, not going to be given anything. In fact, Faze completely give up Ivy for now. They send Cold Zero the long way round back to the bomb train, so that's going to be an opening for Mausesports that they are not aware of, but they are taking advantage of. Chris is pushed all the way up to the top side. Cold does have this covered, but with a smoke, you can easily get towards CT. Cold winning that fight, however, Chris not using utility to get around that corner, and that's one of the Kriegs gone. That's not how you want to start the round. Luckily, Woxic should be able to pick it up.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame that it's Woxic in this position, right? He's got to drop his scout away, so that's not in play in this round right now. You can see the rotation from Carrigan. He's coming in not just to support Woxic, also now he can try and grab that scout, so they've at least gotten this this little arsenal they were able to prepare back together. Double-edged sword of going for this force. If you lose it, you hand Kriegs over to these SMG players for Faze. At a CT side Krieg, especially on train, that is not something you want to be getting in the way of. So Maus, it's very high risk, also high reward in this round. They've got this little foothold in Ivy, and that's Carrigan giving Maus the 4-on-4 and also spurring them on to go for this A-side play. Rain will make his presence known, as will Olaf. And Olaf doing damage, denying this Ivy push from Carrigan. This leaves Frozen alone. 1v3, it all to do over towards main. And he cannot get his foot in the door. Faze, they find that conversion. It gets a little bit dicey there in the mid-round.
But you know, you got everyone speaking their second language. You got Cold, who's finally joined his first full English-speaking team. Obviously, MIBR had the Americans in for one point, but it's not quite the same. And clearly, communication not proving to be an issue here for FaZe Clan, which is exactly what we want to see, Harry. For now, though, just pistols for Maus. They almost got that round going. They got a couple of entries, but unfortunately for them, it's just going to be D City here, and Nico is starting to find kills. Relentless re-smoking, no opportunity to Frozen to get through this smoke.
One of the things, that we so often talk about is the idea of this, Carrigan versus Faze matchup that always seems to crop up every event since he was removed from Faze. It feels like since he's joined Maus, they've been matching up against Faze. And I love it from the storyline perspective. The one thing that I've been, thinking about more as of late, it is in that kind of duel. We so often say it's Carrigan versus Faze. You think about it, and you do feel like on Carrigan, the pressure's really going to be there. Right? FaZe, obviously a team of 5 people. It's not really the same kind of validation as you're looking for if you're Carrigan, the one man trying to kind of show his worth, right? Because these matchups mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
That was really echoed by Rops just yesterday.
This B bomb site, lots of players going through these halls. Woxic looking for the early pick. Brokey will hear that scope. Oh, Shadow. Woxic knows. Seeing that Brokey's gone on top of the grey train, that's some information here for Mausesports. Will they just play off the back of it? Will they just go for a full execute? Olaf certainly can't stop them if they do. Flashed off back towards CT. Brokey trying to hold on to the line, but won't be able to. Olaf with one, but Woxic immediately trading that one back out for the advantage for Mausesports. This bomb going down, and FaZe having to retake in a 3-on-4.
They're happy about that, though. That Molotov getting extinguished by the smoke. But they're not happy about that. It's into the arms of Woxic they go. And that's stripped another man from the counter for FaZe. Cold and Nico left on the other side. And I can't imagine they really want to give this one much more of a look in. Cold tries to peek his little scalp on over the top and gets it removed as a result. So yeah, Nico's just backing off to hold on to the Krieg. Mausesports into the rifles. They find their first immediately.
One thing I want to know whether it was purpose, and I guess we'll get to see this as we continue to watch Mausesports on this T side, is that connector smoke is not your standard connector smoke that usually just blocks off the entrance. You can see FaZe are trying to dedicate flashes to get out into the site. Typically, that connector smoke...
You're 20 smokes deep. And
none of them.
Yeah. Here's his buy from FaZe at least. A Cold immediate aggression down through Ivy. Apologies for cutting you off there, Hugo. Cold's trying to make a play. And he's actually cut off by that Molotov. He's forced into this fight with Chris J, whether he likes it or not. Smoke is down. FaZe, they leave Ivy, right? They've made the statement here. They've shown aggression. They've got Chris low. They know that they force Mausesports away from this area of the map, at least for the time being. And so they'll take that.
Mausesports just wanted to go for another B execute again, just a fast play. Brokey, this time he's got to hold on to it. He's got a rifle at least. Last time was not so well armed, but the flashbangs are fantastic from Mausesports, and they'll get that entry kill. Olof holding the line with the AWP, not letting Robs cross. Nico's actually found a kill from Con as well. Let's try and see this Con smoke and see if Mausesports are trying to use that again. This time, however, Woxic is in heaven. He's going to get met with a couple of players. Chris again on this long wrap round at the bomb. It isn't planted open. This is going to make things difficult for Chris if it comes down to him having to clutch once again. Frozen just trying to stall on the site for as long as possible, and he's already gone from upper. Cold Zero traded. There's that flank from Chris. Won't be able to hold onto the bomb, but will be able to catch these CTs in the site. Walks in with another shot, and Olof just scoped up, ready and waiting. He can tap the bomb, but he doesn't have a kit, and there's just no time. Chris J's coming in from above, and Olof, he's got to run for the hills. He's got to save his gun. Mausesports with the second round.
What's that coming over the hill? Is it a Chris J? It certainly is. You can see him rearing his head, looking to get Olof as he left the site. No time for that. Great round there from Woxic and Frozen, just buying time for Chris's flank to activate, because it does become a bit of a double-edged sword, right? They lose Frozen there with that kill from Cold Zera, and the moment Chris J activates, though, so valuable there for Maus. I'm happy to see the Turkish AWP getting off to a good start here as well, right? Like, yesterday did have a couple of quiet games, uncharacteristically so. You got to bring your A game if you want to beat Faze. And he's at least firing on all cylinders. This round, Olof with that AWP that saved, he is the man who's got to do everything here for Faze.
Ooh, wow. Great instant dig there, Broke. He's going to finish the kill. 5-man stack on this A site from Faze, and so far it's working wonderfully. Now Mausesports should begin to slow down. They realise that Faze have numbers in the yard. Good damage, and Rox finds a kill onto Olof Meister. Now lining up a couple more at the back of the site, and he should be able to get this kill, but ammo runs dry, and Rain will eventually fall too. Cold Zero was hiding in heaven the entire time.
They've got the information here. Oh, how do they try and play with it? Rob's getting that first kill. That's applied a lot more pressure because now the B-bomb site's fallen, and these 4 players on A, they've got to get a move on. They have to try and thin these numbers out a bit. Nico and Olof, they've done a good job of that at least right now. Bomb meandering in towards B, but they leave Rops back here in CT spawn, trying to cut off these rotations, and he will cut the head of the Serpent off. Olof God. Nico taking up his position, but not able to get that trade. 3v3 retake now inside of this bomb site.
Yeah, and Frozen's waiting for this flank. Rain's going to walk right into it, and Frozen with a better gun is going to win that fight. 2-on-2 here. Flash is deep, but Carrigan is so committed he can't move. He just has to wait, and it's a double peek. Unfortunate timing for Carrigan as Frozen again left in the clutch here. 1-on-2, lots of damage. The Molotov pushes him up the ladder, and he can't go anywhere. He can't hide, he can't run. Already on the bomb, our Faze, and just a few seconds left. Cold Zero is going to get that stick. 10 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close, Harry. I think he's got it. Oh.
Mauser, they've bought a lot of time, and now we need to see Faze picking up the pace. That's what Rain's here for on this SMG, trying to get close. Ooh, he's up above Frozen, but there's Nico. And out. Frozen going to get dropped over at the ramp, and that's the round for Faze once more. They get the retake. Once again, it's down to the wire. But they're still looking very in control, no matter how close these rounds are getting in terms of the defuse going off.
Has a new roster to some regard, right? Optic don't even have a roster. Faze have just got Brokey and Cold Zero. Obviously, they've had a bit of time to prepare. And Big, bringing back Smooya, getting rid of God B. Those are some huge changes as well. So, round number 10. Cold Zero, he's got that AWP, secondary AWP here up on Ivy. Woxic going to go for this fight. Flash dodge, but apparently not. Woxic gets away with the kill, but surely no more. Nico's been tagged. Any kind of grenade damage should be able to finish him off here. And that Molotov plus the nade. Nico, don't tell me you're going to survive this. That is not allowed, frankly.
No, what's he wearing? What kind of
flame
godlike Kevlar is this man enrobed himself in? He is somehow still alive and kicking in spite of that barrage of utility down towards Ivy and the AWP shot. So let's see if he plays into this round at all. It's actually Olof Brokey trying to do the bulk of the damage. Woxic left up alone. He's got 2 to his name already. He'll have to finish off his old mate Nico. Down here towards Ivy first. Has to finish the job that he started earlier. Brokey's gone on this B rotation. Clears this portion of the map. It's a kind of double positive for Faze, right? They get the info The bomb's not an upper, and it also allows Brokey to reposition into the pop dog from earlier.
That is a hugely smart play from Brokey, right? He was in the connector getting fights on A successfully, and instead of fighting Woxic on A, he just goes, nah, let's just bail. Let's make Woxic work for this round. If he wants it, he can have the plant, and I can guarantee that Woxic can't go B by pushing here, and also have a flank for the post plant. This is a very difficult situation for Woxic.
He's read it well, though. Smoke down and connector, and now Brokey making his presence known. Woxic, he's got the read as to where these players might be, and that flash coming in has given up Brokey's position. Woxic, low HP, but bomb planted, and he's got to use that to his advantage. Peaks Brokey, they're missing shots.
4 seconds, it's Nico here. He's actually down to 13. I'm not sure what did that. He's got really low HP. Must have been a Molotov or a grenade of some sort. Certainly no AWP on Ivy here for Faze. They've put Olaf close towards T-Con, cold on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it had to have been a Molotov peak or something. The only man over...
It disappeared so fast.
Yeah, the only guy over at Ivy was Nico, and you saw he only just got rid of his nade there moments ago. So, yeah.
Unless he dinked him,
yeah,
like on a off chance.
Whatever. Woxic put down to 13 points of health. Not the start the Mouse would have liked, having their all-star AWP brought to his knees. That tag onto Rain. And he'll hold his position in spite of it over here in the pop dog. Ivy control taken once again for Mouse. Now, these CT to B splits have had mixed bag results. Nothing that's allowed Mausesports to pick up around from it just yet. And now with Carrigan falling inside of the A site, Olaf shooting in, anticipates the second man over in Ivy, and he's ready for Chris J. Chris J never saw it coming. Now it's 25 seconds left. They've got to go to B, and look at that minimap. This just looks horrible. They are walking into an ambush.
Yeah, there's still a player on the side to deal with. Rain has their rotation cut off, and I think Mausesports are going to bail out of this round. Woxic's already low. They want the guns for a follow-up, because it would be an eco otherwise, and Rain might be able to kill them all after time. Even before time would be worth it. 6 seconds, and they're coming around the corner. Rain, every kill matters in this situation, and taking another one like that is really going to cripple the Mausesports economy. Saving 3 rifles is one thing, but they're only going to get away with 2
today. And so now heading into this match, you got Carrigan down there, bottom of the board, 1 kill to his name right now. That's also not going to do a lot for his confidence, and all of these things matter when you're the man leading the squad. If it feels like the enemy team are just always 1 step ahead of your ideas, man, it can be very, very hard to get out of this situation. Carrigan hoping he can turn things around, and that's a nice start in this one. Rain shut down. Carrigan remembering the taste of mortal flesh as he's stripped one from Natalia Faze. Nico wrapping around. He'll get followed up onto, and Carrigan doubling up in this round. This might be what Mausesports needed. Carrigan's had enough. He's not ready to throw in the towel just yet. And this leaves coldzera alone. Faze left scratching their head. It was going so well. And this round, well, it couldn't have gone more wrong.
Nice decision from Mausesports to elevate the pace, right? They go into a round where their money's already, crumbling after they lose the AWP, and they don't have a lot of utility. So just quick smokes on A, fast play into the site, catch Faze off guard, completely new pace that we haven't seen before from Mausesports. And Woxic's gotten himself a free AWP. As a result, he should be able to find Cold in the back line here. Oh, I say that. Okay. Not much you can do about that, rather, but Rob should be able to save that AWP at the end of the round. Cold does get finished off after 1 flashy no-scope. Double AWPs do come at the cost, and now it's just been put down to 1. Mausesports, same smokes again. Are we going to see another fast approach after these mollies fade?
Hey, I mean, they think they might have found a winning formula. I like the courage to just go for it again. And look at Carrigan. He's throwing any idea or strategy out the window. He's just barreling in. He's an entry fragger now. And he's inside the bomb site. Rain's been brought down low. Nico still hidden in this smoke at E-box. And there he is, dethroning Carrigan. He's back in the smoke. He's the smoke monster, the mist man, the mystery man. But Nico finally mopped up by Rops. Still in with a chance. It's a terrifying twosome on the other side. Mausesports relying on Woxic and Rops to try and make something of this. And Woxic, right-eyed peak, able to pluck away coldzera. And now 2v2. Bomb yet to go down, but they've at least got control of the site. And now the man advantage as well.
It's got to be a clutch from the lone Swede here. He's out. Woxic already on the site. Doesn't know where Rops is, though. hidden all around long. Looking for his third kill to close out the clutch. The bomb in his favour. Olof has everything to do and not a lot of time to do it. He's wrapping back to check CT, but this is going to burn off valuable time from the clock if he continues to sneak. Rops isn't giving him a peek. As I say that, there's the angle, a tag. Olof can go for the pistol here. No grenade to throw towards the sandwich. Already spots Rops go above, but flashbangs are good from Rops. Great delay play, and frankly, it's looking like the time is going to elude Olof. He's found the kill, but I don't think he's going to be able to get that defuse. 5th round taken for Mausesports, and that is fantastic, coming alive at the end of the half. The saved orb will mean everything for Olof, considering the Faze have now run low on money, but regardless, I love the response from...
Can throw a spanner in the works, or put back B to try and at least delay this play. The bomb getting into the site will get across. Carrigan's taken his close position again. Oh, but Olof, he knows Carrigan, things are heating up for him now. Able to dodge danger another day. You can see as well, Nico still at Ivy. He's clearing it. He's so worried about this wrap coming in from Mouse that they were trying to do with all of these B splits, that his push back into this site is very delayed. That could be to their advantage, though. It allows him to blindside Carrigan. And now we're into this 4v4. Bomb has been ticking for a long while now. Faze, they don't have time to play with. They've got to pick up the pace. The kills are going their way. But Chris J, able to stay alive a little too long inside of this bomb site, perhaps, has now left Coldzera alone. And Mausesports, they will get that 6th round at the very end. They've recovered this half
after having pretty awful first 12 rounds or so. With 1 in 11.
12 rounds in, yeah. I mean, he was 1 in 11 on the scoreboard. So he's done a good job of at least kind of, building a bit more confidence up into the latter stages of this game. Hopefully into their CT side, we can see some more from that man. Smoke's getting lined up here for Faze. You can see on the back of Nico and Olof. They'll get thrown in now.
Trying to sell a fake. It's actually a B play, 3 players coming down ramp, and Mausesports haven't adjusted, they haven't rotated, they're fully convinced, and it almost works out wonderfully. Carrigan throws a nade, but they're already out of the ramp in time. Rops is at the back of CT, he can't stop them either. Chris coming through the connector with 1, and Rops lining up shots with the USP. Faze Clan need to chill on these range battles, but they're just giving away picks here to Mausesports. Chris J with another shot. Olof does keep it somewhat in the hands of Faze. That bomb working in their favour as well, but Coldzera gets caught with a double peek, and Olof has to stop this full defuse. Chris is sticking it. Oh, the damage! Olof's found the kill. Only 1 more left. Frozen finds the kill on the site. He's just going to go for the full defuse. No flash needed. Olof's shot's connecting, but not the headshot. And Mausesports get the defuse in the smoke. 7 rounds.
You have a bit less money, so it all adds up and it's all important. This round is a pretty key one for Mausesports to at least find damage in. They need this force fire to yield results, and it is right now. Brokey is trying to mitigate this damage as much as he can, but no one's stopping Carrigan here inside of the bomb site. His 2nd Deg landed, and that's now forced this play to a halt. Coldzera's on 1 point of health, Olof's on 100. Very opposite sides of the coin. And even as they get Cole down this B ramp, he's here alone. Carrigan's seen him. Oh, okay. Cold, 1 point of health, 1 HP. He needs 4 kills in total.
Easy round for Cold.
I mean, yesterday he was a real clutch king for Faze. But this one feels like it should be too much, even for Coldzera. But let's see, because I would love for this man to prove me wrong. Frozen hiding in this corner in Ivy. This should solidify the round. Yeah, there's no way Cole's ready for that. Frozen.
For Mausesports with Chris J, they're so committed with the Deagle, just chunking body shots away. Frozen's here as well to try and keep him covered. Flashbang going over, that's all the utility now for Faze gone. And the molly is still up, so they can't even get out of T-Con. I mean, what do you even do here? You just hope Mausesports push and give you a kill, but doesn't seem to be the case for now. Olof going down Ivy. That's been cleared, but Carrigan is watching it from the bomb site. Meaning Olof can get into CT. If he just jumps round, valuable position. But again, Glocks. Very limited chance of you doing anything with these weapons.
Yeah, if you're Faze, you're looking at this round, you've seen that you've wasted a lot of utility from Mausesports. That in and of itself is is a good thing for Faze, right? They come
Into this round with no investment.
Need to be flashed. They're pushing towards him instead, and Olaf hoping for a wallbang. Nico's gone through the pop smoke. Another 1-for-1 with already the advantage from Mausesports. They are going to take that. 4-on-2. Frozen's tagged, and Faze desperately going back towards B here, but a MAC-10 and a glass cannon AWP. This is not going to be an easy round for Faze. They should be able to get a bump on if they dive down ramp. They have the smokes to cut Rob's sight lines off, but once that's done, I'm not sure what else can come through. What's that? Brokey's just dropped his MAC-10. Okay, there's a gun here for you.
Yeah, and he didn't. I don't think he wanted to make noise dropping it up in the voxel, so he drops that a little bit further back.
Oh, this rotate's going to screw everything, though. Mausesports have pushed down Ivy, so they can afford to have 2 players on that inner site. And now they've got, almost 3 players, because this has to be B. And Mausesports know it.
Yeah, that flash goes down ramp. Robs spots that's the bomb scene. Not able to get it into the site, and for Olaf, glass cannon or definitely not
on very fast. But talking about fast, Faze already in the yard. Rain is pushed up on Bond Train within 20 seconds of the round beginning, but he's not going to get any further. Carrigan's on the secondary orb, and both him and Woxic getting kills as Faze try and take over this yard. It is looking dire for Faze Clan in this round, and Cold, he's got to do it all again on his own. Another attempt here, 2 kills out of nowhere, but he's dinked once again, and the bomb isn't in his hands.
It's such a long journey back for that bomb as well for Cold, but he's got 1 minute and 5 seconds, so time is not the problem. He's committed to this long flank. Now, the longer it takes, the more Maus have to start to consider every single angle, and that's why you can see Carrigan has already cleared Ivy. He's just immediately on this rotation. He's looking to get back within range of Robs. Wants to be nearby to at least trade to try and play off of his teammate.
No.
Timing there.
Forward, but right now Faze looking to go for an execute on that A site. Smokes are being lined up. A lot of them as well. Got a 3 smoke execute here on A. Actually, I think 4. Mausesports. Double pop dog setup as well, so let's see if Faze catch on to that. They have no one coming in from the B side of things. Everyone through T-Con. That's going to limit them. The Molotov really cutting them off, and that smoke from Frozen can completely shut down this push. He's blocking their exit. They can't go anywhere but to the graveyard, and Frozen's found 3. What a shutdown from Frozen. Maybe the ace. Pistols out. Nico's crawling through Olaf. And there is no chance for Faze in this round. What a play from Frozen.
Yeah, the door's not stuck. It's Frozen solid.
And now it is just Nico alone, and he's not able to do much here, you'd imagine. That's one, but yeah, immediately traded there.
Creeping below.
He hears the footsteps, Woxic. Oh, Woxic! He'll get them both. The round is locked in. Mausesports are 14th. Woxic plays that perfectly. He lets Olaf
and he's going to get taken down. Woxic flashing back, but not getting aggressive. It's Chris here instead, but Cold Zero, the master of spray transfers, another 2k up in this B bomb site rather. And now Faze Clan can just slow it down, burn the time, make Mausesports rotate. Olaf catches Carrigan moving in through Ivy. And yeah, this is just pandemonium right now for Mausesports. Split 1 per site. Cold Zero still putting pressure on B, but the bomb going towards to plant. Ooh.
Oh, Cold, you see, he's picked up on the trail. The Bloodhound is in, and he is now closing the gap. Cold, the bounty hunter.
And he's kept both players at B.
Yeah, I mean, he's done so much in this round just with his presence alone. Even if you ignore the double kill he was able to find down at B ramp, he's completely cut Mausesports out of this one. And Faze at 12 blocked in. I am loving what we're seeing from Cold Zero as of late. It really does feel like every day we're seeing him get more and more comfortable in this squad. Just that spray transfer earlier between, what was it, Connector and Brown, I mean, he's really feeling it, and he's not even top of the board. I mean, you got Olaf and Nico to talk about. Nico, by the way, someone who said on Twitter just earlier that he wasn't really feeling it the other day. He throws that flash actually very, very wide into main, allows it to not blind him, and Chris just hears the flash pin, right, looks away. Flash would have never even blinded Chris J. Just a little illusion to allow Brokey to peek that corner, and now the B-bomb site crumbled. Mausesports 3v5. You're looking at a save here if you're Mouse, and that's a 13th round for Faze.
Yeah, money's starting to be a problem now. Now it's got to be taken into consideration. And if we think back to that first half when Mausesports were in a similar spot and they tried to pull a save, Faze pulled all the stop to get kills on the exits and really hurt Mouse's economy, ending with Faze getting a dominant half at one point. Mausesports can't afford to lose any of these three players if they want to buy up in that next round. Frozen could drop over a gun. Other than that, I wouldn't surprise me to see Chris on a scout or something. Mausesports are going to have problems here. And yeah, Faze definitely back in this game now. 13 rounds to their name. Bomb going off, 5 alive. All it took was 2 kills. Ooh. The buy is pretty decent though. Woxic's taking the up down Ivy, and Brokey is in a stalemate, but he's going to go peeking in. Woxic missing his only chance. Doesn't know how many players can be on the other side, so he's got to flash his way out. Does successfully retreat. In the meantime, Faze, despite throwing all these nades on A, they're going to walk right into this B site. 4 players in the halls. We've got Frozen hiding spool side. Do they wallbang this? That is the question. Frozen can die before he even sees a player. They're all coming down ramp. He's ready for it, though. No one's spamming the spot just yet. They've got to check it. Oh, no, hasn't. He's blind. Frozen gets a chance, but the whiff spray shoots as he moves and doesn't connect a single bullet. Bomb going down. Nico with a further kill inside of this site, and we've even got an Ivy lurk from Brokey. Woxic's been pulled off of that position, so even if Faze start to have problems, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case, they have a safety insurer. They have their debt collector in the back lines knocking on doors.
And you can see Mouse, they're looking to exit, they're looking to leave. And Coldzera, he's hitting them with the door on the way out, just repeatedly. He won't ease up. Finally, they're able to stop him. You won't take the AWP away from Woxic, but Brokey certainly might. Woxic, do you remember earlier on when you were here?
Of course he does.
He does! Oh, Brokey. That's gonna hurt. Woxic, don't let him take it. Yeah, he's not letting them take it. He's not giving that up. You're not taking it from Mausesports. So they try and reinforce it. This round, yeah, they've switched it up. They've thrown Woxic here, and with him, Chris J. Both the rifles at B, and a bit of early damage done onto Cold. If you're Faze, though, you're looking at this. You've seen both of those saved guns over at B. As that kill comes in, and you just immediately go on the back of it, you know that these are going to be pistol players, or you're expecting it at the very least inside of the A site, but that does not mean it is a free bomb site by any stretch of the imagination. Frozen doubling up, and now the 2-on-2 to decide who reaches map point first out of these 2 titans.
Oh, Nico's not moving, but Chris checks the corner. That's the bomb dropped in no man's land. Rain's got to clutch it out all alone. 1v2. Chris has given up that bomb. No interest in it. All the time in the world for Rain to get it and rotate wherever he pleases. But they're actually coming back in from Ivy. Does he grab the package in time? He's waiting for Chris to peek. He won't go for it. Well, in the end, and Chris just hits a shot with a double AWP. Carrigan joining Woxic here. Deadly duo on this A site. Robs again back alone towards inner. Expecting Faze will come A, and that's probably a right call because Faze love A, and they've been avoiding B all game long. Molotovs towards stopper, trying to give Faze room to maneuver outside this bomb site, and they spot Chris re-peeking. He goes into 2 players, and they will find that opening kill. Lots of damage being exchanged by these AWPs, but no trade here just yet from Mausesports. This AWP can find something. Woxic, oh, he just misses, and Rain gets a shot. Woxic, he would have bet he'd hit that flick every day of the week, but Rain is just thrown 2 inside of the site, and they should be the bomb plant. It should be overtime. Frozen and Carrigan trying to close out the game here and now, but it might not be their choice.
Yeah, overtime, locked in, we're going.
Frozen's just hotboxed the pop dog. There's just smoke everywhere now. And that means that no one really owns it.
Faze going to have to wait out those smokes if they want to come back towards A. We've not really seen too much pop control from either team on either half this map, so a nice change to see Mausesports pushed inside of it. Coldzera bailing from B. Nico left here alone.
to sell a fake. He's the one with full utility. That's his objective. Just trying to fake drop the bomb there. Don't know if that will cause any kind of adjustment here. Mausesports already have 2 players on B. They can afford to do so, but 30 seconds, that's something they can't afford. A pick going the way of Rain, and Faze Clan with an opening kill. Now a BXQ fake coming through. That will keep Carrigan in this position. Frozen dropping the first man out of main. Now Mausesports should start to realize this is an A play, but the fact that Faze have slowed down with 50 seconds means that they don't have the time to wait. They've got to go. They've got to get this plant in. Frozen's watching from above, and there's Olaf getting dropped. The bomb at the back of the site. Frozen waiting for the right time to strike, and Nico's dropped Carrigan coming through the connector. That could be it. That could be the bomb, but it gets planted, and Mouse still get all the kills. I was all over the place, Harry, but it will be the first round of
Overtime going for Mausesports on the retake.
He's good, but yeah, there's no surviving that. 3 players on the other side. Orp's not a shotgun, and Olaf beats him. Carrigan now posted up with his Orp, and they'll go running into it. It does just feel like Mausesports are like big game hunters at this point. They're out there with the scoped rifles, looking for kills across the map, trying to get their prize. Faze, they've got Ivy control, they've got Old Bomb, they're wrapping into A. Coldzera maybe looking to try and get into Pop Dog, but Frozen, shutting him down, has now made this round a little bit harder. Nico getting into heaven. This is something that Carrigan is very much not aware of. Nico's just playing the trigger discipline and decides to take the kill while he's got it. Doesn't want to risk anything going wrong in this site take. And now that bomb can go down. Frozen and Robs. Young duo of Maus left in this 2v2, and now it is just Frozen.
Frozen in place. Stuck on B, couldn't rotate pop side. They threw a molly to cut him off, and Nico's just getting aggressive. Frozen doesn't expect behind him. Chris J giving that kill away. One of the 3 ults from Mausesports gone, but don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from.
Cold ran all the way back for his own AK. Instead of the one that Nico has so diligently carried to the bomb site for him.
That's just all right. Tumbled around, Harry. You know that it could go dry. You know the bullets could stop working. Yeah. It's been thrown all down the stairwell. I wouldn't trust.
Don't want to take any chances. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. And Nico, the man who did deliver those AKs so diligently, he gets shut down. Toxic, not a fan of the Nico delivery service. NDS. Toxic at this B site. He doesn't know it yet, but any moment now, he is going to have the weight of the world on his shoulders. Once again, we're looking to the Turkish author to have to do it all, and he could get overwhelmed here. It's happened a few times in the past. 3 players coming his way. Woxic isolates that first. Oh, and the second. And now you can tell the wheel is very much turning for Woxic. He snuffs up that B play, and it's Brokey 1-on-4, lurking from the A site. Robs, he should have this one dead to rights, but Brokey actually reads that, shutting him down. 1-on-3. 3 Orps on the other side. It's a weird one, but there's only 8 seconds left, thankfully.
Covering the outer yard. Mausesports can't retrieve that package, and Faze have all the info to rotate fully. Chris J not even checking pop, and these mistakes from Mausesports are going to cost them the first round of this half. Unless someone can save the day, it's Woxic and Robs.
Ooh. Robs!
I love it.
He's a gymnast in his downtime, flying around the ladder, doing all sorts of incredible things. Now there's 2-on-3. Definitely not impossible. And in the back of Faze's mind, they're still worried about not the play coming in towards B, right? They've got the bomb on the A side, but it's just 45 seconds. You could very realistically see a player try and lurk through this portion of the map. So they'll keep Brokey there. And that means right now, Mausesports, they've got this 2v2 in the A site. Woxic posted up with his Orb. He'll be looking to try and find any advantage he can. You can see Brokey making his way up towards the B site in the meantime, creeping forward. I'm going to wonder if we see any more of this aggression from him as that timer clicks on down. Really, the duel that's got to be won is this Woxic versus Olaf fight. Down towards Old Bomb. Olaf saw the peak just a second too late. And actually, first fight to come through, Woxic besting Cold there, and that's now given him the opportunity to fall back to main. Cold was the man in Ivy to try and stop exactly this, and now you've given Woxic a very strong platform to play from. Bomb's planted for him. He's holding down main. Olaf smokes the bomb. The reality is setting in that if you're Faze, you're likely just going to have to hop on this because they are just holding for that defuse. And now the bomb being stuck. Flashes go in. The peaks have come through. Brokey's off. Olaf tries to hop on it, but Woxic is
trying to do everything right, but couldn't get away with his stick. Woxic wouldn't let them. Nico close on main. Mausesports going towards B though on this rifle round. Not something they've done yet in this half of OT. An immediate B execute. One Ivy lurk from Woxic, but
they were throwing the bomb around, sorry, and they were working so hard to keep it quiet, and then Frozen gets it thrown to him, and it just misses. So there has been that noise of the bomb getting dropped up in the B halls, but it hasn't prompted a rotation from Faze. Instead, they're hoping that these players here can hold their own, and Brokey, he's the X factor, the man hidden away, but Rops is quick to deal with him. Olaf now, a lot on his plate, and it's too much for him. Rain on this flank, trying to deliver a bit of hope to Faze in this match now, deciding 3v3, and Rain.
Oh, this is amazing.
Oh, he's playing the trigger discipline so well. He'll just leave Woxic. He's instead looking for these kills inside of the site. Now dropping down, and this is a bit of a disaster. Carrigan's blocked in. Chris J, he's got to hit some shots, and he will get the first. It's now just Carrigan versus Nico and Rain, his two old teammates. Carrigan shutting down the first man, and now hiding in the bomb site, but from above, it's Nico slamming him down, and he's on the defuse. 17th round, locked in for Faze.
Oh my. Nico, 33 on Woxic, nipping at his heels. And this is for double OT or bust for Faze. Everything to do. Mausesports falling back on this solo orb. Rob's trying to take Pop Dog with everything he's got. The nade is there, but Rain is patient. Rob's trying to bait them in. The flash to get Rain into position, but I don't think Rob's is going to be dropping in anytime soon. He had his opportunity. If he didn't seize it then, it's not seeming to be the plan here for Mausesports.
I'm liking it though, because Rops really feels like he's trying to pioneer this solo Pop Dog take, right? Not having to dedicate two players there. He's been coming up with a few nifty nades, couple of nifty movement pieces on the ladder, just to try and deal with that man down in Pop Dog, and he has been besting Rain there a good portion of the time.
It's really not often that you see a solo pop take work, and so the consistency that Rops has been able to get away with it.
What? You okay there, buddy?
Nico? There must have been some call, some information somewhere for him to try and go for that. Either that or he just assumes he found a timing, tries to get lucky, tries his hand at it, and this is where Rain's job
now gets very complicated, right? You've lost main. Rain now is having to pivot between the Pop Dog and this site.
And Robs is still waiting. Don't forget that. At any point, Robs can drop in when he knows
Rain's preoccupied. When he hears him make a shot or some noise, he can go in and save his teammates, but they might not be needed to. Carrigan's found another kill. Brokey. Rain's going to flash out through the Pop Dog. Oh, Frozen's blind.
But it doesn't make a damn difference. Carrigan and Woxic shutting down that